In Abe's Oddysee, there was no place to ride an Elam in Monsake lines. Music still exists for such a scenario though, and Elam even works if he's hacked into the area.
I don't know.
The Mudakin pot was originally a severed Mudakin head on a stick. Due to an incident in Japan in which someone was murdered at a school and their head placed on a post in front of the school, the Mudakin pot was changed to a regular ice cream shape with a cartoonish eyes and stitches on it. In the Japanese release of Abe's Oddysee as well as xXblazmodzXx in all regions, as the original appearance was deemed too similar in nature. This new logo design was also used in the new and tasty remake. According to an interview with director Lorne Lanning, Abe's stitched mouth was done because when he was born, he was more of a crybaby, and it was something that was done to him to help the situation. And it was done before he developed consciousness, causing him to perceive the stitches as a part of him, so that's why he doesn't snip loose. Originally, the scene where Abe escapes Rupture Farms was supposed to show a meteor shower hitting the moon, which would slowly create the handprint seen in-game, which hinted at the greater powers guiding Abe through his adventure. Due to budgeting problems, the scene was shortened. In Abe's Oddysee, the race of the Mudakins had 4 fingers. However, in the Japanese release of Abe's Oddysee and all releases of xXblazmodzXx, the Mudakins only have 3 fingers. This is because Japanese see 4 fingers as an insult to meat packaging subclass of the past and is similar to the Jews wearing gold stars during World War II. Oddworld inhabitants saw it as an extortion and removed the 4-finger design in every subsequent release of the series. In an interview with Media Snobs, Oddworld creator Lorne Lanning admitted that Abe was intentionally made to stand out of the crowd with his cowardly and dim-witted nature. Now back in the 90s, the day was filled with muscle-bound, prepubescent designs of heroes that justified shooting everything but didn't really stand for anything, that had a modicum of conscious intelligence behind it. No offense to the creators, who I love and had fun with their games, but I'm calling it out how the rest of the world sees it. Or, in the opposite gender direction, there was quickly oversaturated anorexic huge bosom sex bomb with her guns. So yeah, we didn't want our heroes to be in those categories, and those were the dominating categories, so we were definitely aiming for the separation from the trends. When first being developed, the game had a working title of Abe Gets Boned and Brood. If Abe saves all the Mudakins, a screen congratulating Abe will appear after the game's ending. This screen also quotes, "Don't even worry about your long-lost mother, yet. You'll know all about it when you meet Munch." This ties Abe's exodus into Munch's Oddysee, though the plot with Abe's mother did not make it into the final version. SOULSTORM Brew likely got its name from the early title for Abe's exodus called SOULSTORM. The AA meeting for the Mudakins at Alf's Rehab and Tea in The Good Ending was based on director Lorne Lanning's experience with AA meetings that both he and his father attended for his father's alcoholism. The developers of the game compiled all of the game's cutscenes into a 14-minute movie and submitted the film for an Academy Award, which it unfortunately lost. The possession orb used for Abe's possession ability was an added solution to handle the ability in a 3D environment. An earlier idea was to have Abe automatically target the closest possessable character the player could see, similar to the early Oddworld games, but this was later scrapped. The interns at Vickers Labs have 5 fingers and no thumbs. Their vertical mouths were stitched together completely in order to prevent them from whistling to the sound of their annoying music.
Abe's mother, Queen Sam, was meant to have a role in the game, but due to time constraints, this particular part of the plot was cut. The idea to move the game to the Xbox was based on the development team not only wanting to use a more powerful console, which would allow them to flesh out the world better, but also thinking it would be a better long-term plan to publish the games on the console. Microsoft even worked with Oddworld inhabitants to help make the Xbox better for them to work on it. In the HD re-release of Stranger's Wrath, throughout the West Mudos, there are barrels of Mudakan Pops from Oddworld Abe's Oddysee. It is possible to obtain 20,000 moolah before Stranger is ready for his surgery to survive. However, this does not affect the game in any way, still having to capture 4 outlaws in each area. Stranger's Wrath creator Lauren Lanning has said that EA has sabotaged the game by not marketing it. In a YouTube video called The Blue Screen of Death Band Commercial has the intro theme for Abe's Oddysee in Abe's Exodus. In the TV show Third Watch, Season 4, Episode 10, Crime and Punishment Part 2, on the TV it shows the scene from Oddworld Munch's Oddysee, where Abe is pushed into the big well. According to the game's instruction manual, the enemies known as Sligs have room temperature IQs. The Vortigaunt chant from the Half-Life series looks exactly like the chant from the Oddworld series. Just be coincidence, but the storm in Halo 3's trailer, Nostalgia for the Win by the way, looks a lot like the storm of Rupture Farms. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to Did You Know Gaming, and if you really want to, you can do me too, but I mean, I don't want to do that.